We just hit 8,000 subscribers. And if you've been following the channel here for a while, you know that every time we hit another 1,000 subscribers, I take your questions for a special Q&A video. I want to start this one by saying thank you so much for watching my videos, for hitting that subscribe button, and for supporting my journey here on YouTube over the last few years. If you would have told me when I started posting videos 4 years ago that I would be hitting 8,000 subscribers one day, I would have never believed you. I have so much fun making these videos, and it's all thanks to you and your support. A special thank you to all of you who submitted your questions for this Q&A series. I actually received so many great questions that I decided to split this Q&A video into a series of videos. We're going to start with covering all of your marketing related questions in this video. And then I'm going to do another Q&A video covering all of your hiring and employee related questions. And then I received some really cool questions that are going to get videos of their own over the next few weeks. So if you have not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all of my weekly content. If you would like to be able to submit questions when we hit 9,000 subscribers, make sure that you're on my email newsletter and make sure that you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I send a newsletter almost every week, and that's where the form will be to submit your questions when we reach 9,000 subscribers. And I also link that form in my Instagram and Facebook stories. So I'll put all of those links down in the description below. We're going to get started here with a great question from Alan, who owns Alan K Pet Care. And he asked, how do I market better? I don't know what to do or where to start. And Alan, let me just say that I think we have all felt that way. I know I especially did when I started my pet care business 11 years ago. But over the years, I have learned that I think the most important piece of marketing that a lot of people overlook is determining who exactly you are marketing to and what their pain point is. You know, a lot of us go on Instagram or Facebook or whatever our preferred marketing method is and just say, I offer pet sitting and dog walking. Sign up here. That's really generic, and it's not speaking to any one person or any one problem. And if you want somebody to really buy into your marketing and follow through with your call to action, you need your marketing message to speak directly to them and their pain point. So you hear a lot about identifying who your ideal client avatar is. I've talked about that a lot in previous videos, and if you do any marketing research online, you will see that come up over and over again. So I do have a free downloadable worksheet over on my website for you to work out exactly who you are marketing to. My website's dougthedogguy.co. You can go to the resources page, and I have several free downloads for you there at the bottom of that page. Again, that link will be in the description below. So instead of saying in your marketing, I offer pet sitting and dog walking, contact me here. Instead, you could say something more direct, like, are you stuck in the hospital saving lives all day? Do you feel bad about leaving your pets at home while you're there? That's what we're here for. Contact us here. You know, you can get very direct and speak directly to the person and their problem. I'll say that's where you should really start with your marketing, and then decide where these people are. You know, maybe your ideal client is not on Facebook, so you have to go find another way to market. once you start identifying exactly who this person is, then you can kind of put yourself in their shoes and say, okay, well, if I was this person, where would I go to look for help with my pets? And I know from my own personal experience with my business, though a lot of very busy, wealthy, affluent people are not doom scrolling on Facebook and Instagram. So I do not put a lot of time or effort into social media marketing myself. Because they're going directly to Google and to other people that they trust. So I put a lot of my marketing time and effort into making sure that we show up in those Google searches and making sure that the other businesses that they might already be doing business with know about us and can refer us. So I hope that gets you started here, Alan. And I will link all of my other marketing videos down in the description below because I go into more detail about all of this in some previous videos. Our next question here is from Stacy, who owns West Hills Dog Sitter. And she said, I've been in business for 2 years and I have fantastic clients. I would like to get more referrals, but because they are high-end wealthy clients, they are not motivated by discounts or free services. I get some referrals, but I would like to find out a good strategy to get more. I love this question. My business is built primarily off of referrals from our existing clients and from other businesses. And I actually have made an extensive video with Michelle Klein talking about how to drive more referrals and more reviews. So I'll link that video down in the description below so you can go watch that after. But I want to start with saying that just because someone's wealthy, that does not mean that they don't like free services and incentives like that. In my experience, I've actually found that a lot of my wealthy clients are my biggest penny pinchers, and they're the ones really looking for those. And then my less wealthy clients that maybe should be looking for those incentives are the ones that are paying full price and tipping us the most. And I know from talking to other pet sitters and dog walkers over the years that that is a pretty common recurring theme. So I'll start with saying that, but then I want to say also that these higher end clients want to use the best. They want to drive the best car, they want to have the best lawn care guy, they want the best brand of refrigerator in their kitchen, and they want the best pet sitter and dog walker. And you're right that they will not refer you just solely off of getting a free service or something like that. You have to really prove to them that you are the best and that they can put their reputation behind you. Because when they refer you or refer anyone, they're backing you with their reputation. And these higher end clients have really important reputations with a lot to lose. I mean, we all do, but that leads me right into my next question here from Jen, who owns Jen's Pet Pals. And she said, what is the best way to stand out as a premium independent pet sitter when there are so many lower cost options like kennels, Rover, or friends and family? In my experience, the best and easiest way to prove to these high-end clients that you are the best is to really emphasize your education, your certifications, your memberships, and your community involvement and things like that. Anyone can sign up as a pet sitter or dog walker on platforms like Rover or Wag. But these people are typically not very involved with like their local chamber of commerce or their local humane society and things like that. I'm talking in generalities here, not hard and fast rules. But and a lot of these people do not have, memberships to professional organizations like Pet Sitters International. A lot of those people do not have like pet CPR and first aid certifications or fear-free certifications. The more of these things that you can do and the more that you can ensure that your clients know about these things will really just set you apart as the premium pet care provider in your area and will really help ensure that these higher end clients are willing to put their reputation behind you and your services. Now, which certifications and memberships I would recommend you go after are really going to depend on just how you're operating your business, where you're operating your business, your previous career history, and a myriad of other things. There is not a one-size-fits-all solution for any of this. All of this has to be taken with a lot of nuance and go from there. But I have made a previous video talking about different certifications that are available for pet sitters and dog walkers. That's actually over on the Time to Pet channel. And once again, I will put that link down in the description below as well. But this actually leads me right into the sponsor of today's video, Pet Sitters International. I've been a proud member of PSI since I started my business. And signing up for a membership with Pet Sitters International is honestly one of the best things I've ever done in my business and something I would highly recommend to all of you. They offer a lot of educational opportunities to us as business owners and as pet care professionals. You can get a certification to become a CPPS, a Certified Professional Pet Sitter, through PSI. As a member, you can attend their in-person annual conference, and they have a virtual annual conference as well. They have a private Facebook group where you can build community and get advice from other pet sitters and dog walkers. There's so many great things, and like I said, they are the sponsor of this video, but I actually contacted them and asked them if they wanted to be a sponsor because they have been so valuable to me and my business over the years. So with all of that being said, if you go to petsit.com and go to sign up, you can use code DTDG15 to save $15 off of your first year. Again, that is petsit.com and code DTDG15 to save $15 off of your first annual membership with Pet Sitters International. I'll put all of that in the description below. So we'll wrap up this marketing Q&A video with one more question from Dennis, who owns Duty Deeds Pet Cleanup. And he asked, is Facebook marketing a legit and viable strategy for a small business just getting started with very little work? And it can be. Facebook marketing can be a great method. Instagram marketing can be a great method. Pay-per-click ads on Google can be a great method. Doing local events in your community can be a great method. Anything can be a great method if it is speaking to your ideal client. Going back to what we first talked about at the beginning of this video, you have to figure out where your ideal client is and figure out what they are paying attention to. Because if you are trying to attract someone that's not on Facebook and you're focusing on Facebook marketing, obviously that's not going to work very well for you. And like I said earlier, I don't prioritize social media marketing in my business, but if your ideal client is on there, then it can be a great method for you. Again, there has to be nuance with every one of these decisions that we make in our business, and there is no just rule across the board for any of this. What I'll say from my own experience is that my ideal clients might be on Facebook or Instagram for a few minutes here or there throughout the week. So I do throw out some posts on there just to help build some brand recognition, but I don't rely on it for actually attracting the client and getting them to sign up. That's where I really lean more heavily into SEO marketing and ensuring that we show up in Google searches and ensuring that we're out in our community where potential clients can actually see our face at local events and things like that. And then it all kind of starts to come together to paint this big, beautiful picture that is your marketing plan. My biggest piece of advice here is to try everything and to not depend on any one marketing method. Remember the rule of 7. I talk about this in all of my marketing videos, but on average, your ideal client needs to see your brand 7 different times before they will follow through and actually sign up for your services. You know, you have to make them know, like, and trust you before they will sign up, and that's going to require multiple touch points. So you can wear your branded t-shirt every time you go to the grocery store or to the gas station, so people see your brand there. You know, put a magnet on your car or get your car wrapped so people see your brand at the stoplight. Get a little yard sign made and put it in your front yard so people see it as they're driving or walking by your home. And then add in, you know, a blog on your website that will help you show up in Google searches. Add in some Facebook and Instagram posts to help you be seen on social media. Go set up a booth at local events so people see you at the local arts market. And then over time, they will have these multiple touch points with your brand. They will begin to know, like, and trust you, and then they will sign up and share their pets with you. But as you are trying these different marketing methods, please remember that it's going to take time to figure out your messaging and to figure out your overall vibe and your style and to get a groove going with everything. You know, I see a lot of people say, oh, social media marketing does not work for me. And then I go to look at their Facebook page and they're posting once a month. You know, that's not really giving it a good try, in my opinion. You need to be posting at least once a day, and you need to be trying videos like with reels and static photo post. You need to play with the messaging in your post, play with the types of photos that you are posting, and you need to stick with all of this for at least 90 days. And that goes for any marketing method. I mean, I know we're talking about social media marketing right now, but whether you're doing, you know, mailers that you send out or whatever it is, you need to give it a good, hard try, not just, you know, one time and say it doesn't work. You know, you really got to stick with this and remember that all of this is a marathon, not a sprint. Thank you all so much for getting the Doug the Dog Guy channel to 8,000 subscribers. I'm so appreciative. I love getting to share my knowledge and my mistakes and stories and everything else with you guys here on the channel. And I love it when you guys leave me comments and questions and share your own experiences down in the comments below. And I really think of this as a community that we are building here. So On that note, please make sure to go follow me on Instagram and join my email newsletter as well. And again, I'm going to have a lot of different links for you down in the description below. And there will be more Q&A videos coming out here over the next few weeks. So if you submitted a question and you did not see it in this video, please stay tuned. It is coming. I will answer every question that was submitted. So with that, I hope this video was helpful. I appreciate you guys so much. My name is Doug the Dog Guy, and I am reminding you to stay positive.